Sakamoto Days. This is Sakamoto Days, chapter 205, A Three-Stage Revolution. Last we left off, the Sakamoto gang escaped from prison.
Someone say revolution?
What?
You heard him.
I did say revolution.
It's okay.
I don't understand.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what did I miss?
Oh, yeah. Revolution. Oh, sorry. Revolution.
Wait. This is my right hand. But
You should throw your left hand.
yeah, right.
As a leftist. There you go.
The left fist for the leftist. Okay, so a three-stage revolution. We left off, the Sakamoto gang escaped jail without having to use it for environmental battle purposes. Probably much to Brian's chagrin, probably.
I didn't think you was going to say something so soon.
I just realized that myself. I was just like, it's like, oh no.
I don't know if you got a chance to listen to last week's episode yet, Brian, but like let's get into it. Let's just get into it.
Yeah. So they escaped, but they ran directly into the Order, who has turned coat and is now working for X. And we find out that X has killed the president of the JAA and has taken over himself. It's no bueno. And now he is addressing the public. But before we start that, we get a little flashback to X addressing his people and explaining that there was once upon a time, there were multiple assassin organizations, but thanks to its relationship to the government and it's sanctioned by the government, the JAA is the most powerful by far, because the government used the JAA to dispose of people who would make trouble for them. And in exchange, the JAA received so much money and so much privilege and access, and it became pretty much a government-sanctioned government organization. And eventually, but X points out that killing begets dependency, and at first the government used the JAA for its own purposes, but before long it became dependent on the JAA. So it's not great. And his people ask him, if this system is working out for the better, then what do you want to achieve by breaking the status quo? And X is like, nothing. I just want to break it, and it's up to the people to fix it. And we open with X holding.
That's very irresponsible.
Yeah, definitely so. And he's holding, but that's not, weirdly enough, that's not where the irresponsibility of X stops, because he's about to lay down a whole lot of irresponsibleness right now. He is on the TV screen holding up the half head of the ex-JAA president. And he introduces...
Who's his brother, by the way, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's his brother, for sure.
Something like that, right?
He said, look, this is my brother. And everybody's just watching this on a big screen in Japan and thinking, like, what is that, an actual head? Are they hijacking the airwaves? What do they mean by a reborn JAA? And X explains that X introduces himself and explains that he has a message for the people of Japan. He goes on to explain that there are assassins in Japan, and there are about 10,000 in Japan alone. 400 are professionally licensed by the JAA. Presiding over them is an organization called the Japanese Assassin Association. And he explains that they have been operating in silence, spilling their blood for unmentionable causes, and keeping the order of the underworld. But are you people really worthy of our protection? Once upon a time, he used to want to create a world in which kind-hearted people could live kind-hearted lives. But then he realized a fundamental truth, that goodness is an illusion maintained by by society's most privileged. And he goes, violence is at the core of every human.
Who would
He says, "I'll leave the proof to you," and he says, he explains that they say they say that on average, people have a serious desire to kill another person 3 times over the course of their lives. So, in order to test that theory,
Who said that?
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Who came up with that one?
I don't know where
real?
I don't know where
That a
he
real
pulled this.
theory?
He pulled this stat from somewhere. He's-
I don't even want to say it's a lie. I just wonder if that's actually like a real life thing, or
I don't know.
I don't think it makes
Have you
a
guys-
difference ultimately, but like
Have you guys wanted to do that seriously 3 times on
No,
average?
I can't even think of
No.
one.
I haven't thought about it
well, either they say in your life or in a day.
in your life, not in a day. He says over your lifetime, you'll seriously consider
Well-
killing someone 3 times in your life on
I
average.
would like to. Okay, well, no, the number far exceeds 3 for me.
Oh,
How many
I'll take a potato chip.
billionaires do you think are out there?
Too many.
That's good. That's a good answer.
Oh yes, Brian. Of course. There we go. Well, that's how many. That's how many people I've wanted to kill in my lifetime.
Well, then I
I
guess
wish it was that easy, though. It's not that easy.
X is right then.
Some other asshole will just, Well, I mean, he was off by several hundred, but whatever.
He's saying on average, like the population. The population.
If
of the human-
everyone else is 0, it's in my hundreds, I guess.
You have enough for the rest of the
Anyway,
world.
yeah. Because I feel like my inclusion alone
Yeah,
raises the average.
yeah. He has to check out his stats. He has to update
And
it.
I can't be the only one that has those feelings. I can't be the only working class person with political consciousness. Come on.
Yeah,
That's,
no, it's true.
so,
Well, X is seems to be the answer to all your problems because he plans on providing every citizen in Japan with a gun and 3 bullets. Use them however you wish. There will be no criminal penalties. He's basically enacting the purge, but forever, I guess.
forever. Oh, unless until your 3 bullets run out.
Yeah, I guess so. No getting more bullets, guys. Keep to your 3. If you shoot a 4th bullet, then we might have to put you in jail.
Then we will meet you with excessive violence.
Discriminating and excessive violence.
What's wild is I kind of understand where he's coming from, but man, we'll get into thoughts later.
Yeah, he's basically like, use them however you wish. There will be no criminal
He's
penalties.
insane, though.
He's nuts for this one. He's crazy for this
yeah.
one.
Totally disagree, but I kind of see.
Man, I don't want to live in this country with like that.
I think you know what's funny. I was gonna say this, but I'll put it like this. I think there's a lot of people that think they want to live in a society like that,
I definitely don't.
or think that whatever. I said what I said, right? A lot of people kind of think that they want to live in a society like that until they had to actually experience some shit like that.
Yeah. But in any case, he's X is like, you're probably wondering how that's even possible. Well, I've brought someone here to explain it to you. And look who shows up, but the Japanese Prime Minister. He pulls up and is immediately like, yeah, this is true. We're doing this, dog. You're all going to get guns. And we're going to... Oh.
Had to like,
Hey, guys. Sorry. I'm back.
edit anyway.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
Oh, you know, I'm glad you noticed. I thought
no,
you didn't
because
know.
it's my woo this time. So I'll have to edit this. Okay. Edit point here. So X starts to explain, is like, you may be wondering how this is even possible. Well, I've brought someone here to explain it to you. And lo and behold, it's the Japanese Prime Minister. He's here. And he explains, it's like, yes, it is true.
Hey guys.
Sup, guys?
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah, it is.
He said this group has already have control over all of the infrastructure in Japan. Communications, electricity, logistics, finance. They've already procured 124,500,000 guns. And he says they will create a new world order, a new order ruled by power, not by law. And as he's continued to talk, Magnet Girl is like, "Shut up now or die." Or die. Filmmaker guy is like, there's 8,000 comments on this live YouTube broadcast. I'm like, only 8,000?
Yo, you notice how they said X?
X.
I'm back.
Yeah, they listen to the pod. I know the vibes.
Yeah, I know.
That was a reference to New Jump City podcast.
Oh yeah. X. X.
No, like why was it so bold right there?
I don't know. He said it very
Almost
intensely.
thought they meant 10.
10. There are 8,000 comments on this live YouTube broadcast. Man, that's rough. I guess there's a lot of content out there.
Just started. And it's only for Japan. It's not
That's
like it's,
true. I guess you're right. But out of 124 million people? It's low numbers, my guy. Get your engagement up, dude. I sympathize. It's hard to build an audience. So
I'm surprised they used YouTube.
Right?
Like they name dropped YouTube itself.
yeah, I'm surprised too. They usually have to change it. So X is like, I'll respond to a few.
Hold on, I gotta add something else. So they say X, and the first thing I thought about was Twitter. Because he's looking at his phone and they're looking at the laptop. And then they say YouTube. And I was like, oh, okay.
This does sound like a very Elon idea.
Yeah, I feel like daily users of Twitter would be okay with this whole situation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm not a daily user, I guess.
I'm not a daily user either.
I guess I could say minutely user.
Secondly user.
Minutely users of Twitter would be down.
The chronically on Xers.
I'm really liking these handles. So they decide to do a Q&A. I forget the girl names. I want to say Rena or something.
Rhea? I think it's Rhea.
Oh, yeah, remember her? Ray.
Yeah, something like that. She says, "At fully ripe mochi man says," he says, "How will you distribute the guns?" And he's like, "Easy question. We'll establish distribution centers at JAA locations throughout Japan. Bring your individual number card to the location in your area on the designated day." At Party Fatso says, "You have no right to you have no right to involve innocent citizens in your terrorist activity." And X is like, "Nobody's innocent." I don't know about that, dog. Grandmas are innocent, you know? You talking about my grandma?
Just by living, nigga said, just by living within this country system, you are complicit.
That's a little much.
That's just a logical fallacy, right
Yeah.
there. No, that's not a logical fallacy, but it definitely is a fallacy.
Yeah, it's
not
like
true,
just
but, like,
incorrect.
Her name is Rion, by the way.
Rion. There you go. Thank you. And Rion says, at Kill Baby says, "I don't understand the rules." And he says, "The intellectually inferior have no need to understand." I'm like, what the fuck, X?
Yeah, he just like flamed that guy for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason. Stupid. Die then. You know?
Dummy.
Dummy. Smooth brain. Wise up, smooth brain.
Dumb.
Yeah, I feel like that last line was thrown in there to kind of communicate to everyone. No, this is a really bad guy.
Yeah, truly bad person. And he's X says, "Very soon all this country's preconceived ideas will crumble and Japan will become an elective society. You decide whether you live, die, or kill. Even if you've lived a divorced life from violence, this hell will descend upon you mercilessly." He's like, we welcome to complete freedom and complete disorder. But if what emerges is a society based on kindness, then... And then he thinks about Rion. And then, Oki's like, well, there you have it. From now on, the JA will lead the government. This and that's where the chapter ends. As Sakamoto and Shin are like, "Damn, we weren't even expecting." Ho! That's where the chapter ends. Josh, what did you think?
Oh wait, no. Okay, so the girl's name is Akane, I think.
Akane, and
then
her mom or
her
something.
aunt.
Her
Yeah,
aunt's
that's
name is
Rion.
Rion.
Yeah, Rion is
go.
the one that's dead.
Right. But yeah, that's where the chapter ends. Josh,
Yeah.
what did you think about Sakamoto Days, chapter 205?
So last week I remember saying that, like, I didn't know what the issue was with like the JSA or the society that was there before. I wasn't sure what was the issue, what the status quo, and just keep in mind, right? Like, this is its own world and universe. Maybe assassins are just a job that people know of and it's just accepted, right? I don't want to say like just automatically because they had an assassin organization that means the society was bad. I mean, I think that's bad.
It's
But
not
anyway.
great. It's not it's definitely not good.
Yeah. So I think like this was very necessary. We needed an explanation, and man, was this one hell of an explanation. I kept trying to like see like what is he representing? Is he supposed to be representing something right now, like a certain type of like a pogrom, like a, you know what I mean, or like an idea, like idealism that's starting to settle like in actual, like in our lives or whatever, like in our world. But I mean, he's just a standard, I went through really bad things because of this organization, so I'm gonna make it so that everybody has to go through a rough beginning in order, for steel sharpens steel, the best of society survives situation. And
Yeah.
it's stupid. It's stupid, right? Like, society's so much better when we rely on each other to do things. Makes things easier, frees up more time for us. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why anyone would want to live in a world where you definitely have to look over your shoulder all the time. So I don't have anything else serious to say, to be honest. Like, I want to see how this unfolds. But I think it's nice that he has some direction, that X himself has some like type of direction now, because he was just out there like catching bodies and seeking vengeance.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Sakamoto Days. Like I feel like it doesn't really know. Like, this doesn't feel like this was an idea that was planned. You know what I'm saying? Like at any certain point, this feels like something that is like, what, let's just spice the story up and give some characters some new stakes. So we'll see how it goes. Brian, what were your thoughts on Sakamoto Days?
I can't imagine this plan's gonna go super well for X because, like, not many people know how to actually use a gun, myself included. I don't think 3 bullets would be like enough for like a regular person.
Yeah.
To actually do what they want to do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely want to use one for practice. You're definitely
Like,
wasting a
you're not
bullet
gonna-
on practice.
Three bullets.
And I think that's kind of the point. I think he's just like, man, if you already don't know how to do that, oh well.
The ultimate gun rights activist.
The American government is watching the live stream like, yo, wait a second.
Hold on. He's cooking right now.
Wait a sec.
Hold on.
Is this guy free agent?
Whoa.
Free agent?
Whoa. I never thought of that.
Sign him up with a
We thought we loved
4-year,
guns.
$50 million contract. Super max contract.
We're drafting X to our cabinet positions.
I don't have much else to say about this chapter.
Yeah.
Pretty wild, man.
I got something else I want to add, actually.
Go
There's a part where he says, "Goodness is an illusion maintained by society's most privileged. Violence is at the core of every human. I'll leave the proof to you." And then that's when he gets into like, oh, the gun situation. So I just disagree with that so much. I think human beings are actually geared towards like being social and wanting to like be with each other and being in society. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm glad he's the bad guy saying that shit. I'll say that. Like I'm glad he's not like this real cool guy that had everything else planned and like this super like charismatic character. He's clearly like super duper cuckoo, and that's not even only because of like the multi-personality situation.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any grand plans. He's basically throwing a organized tantrum.
Yeah, agreed. Was that all you wanted to add? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. I didn't want to cut you off. I thought this chapter was okay. I agree with Josh. I feel like, and not necessarily in a terrible way, but I feel like this is a very far cry from how this series began. Down to Sakamoto's design not really being Sakamoto anymore. It's a very standard plot. You know, it kind of reminded me of a Culling Games type of situation, and I'm in a less exciting way because it's not like a battle royale between characters that have abilities and we've seen before. It's more just regular people. I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't. The thing is, it's like I'd like to reread Sakamoto Days and try to like piece together like that backstory arc with X and Rion and Sakamoto, because I do want to get. I feel like I don't have like an understanding yet of how thematically like this is solid. I think this is a interesting prospect. I'm excited to see. This is going to guarantee more action in a sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're just gonna have to fight the Order right here, right now, but maybe the Order like takes little territories or whatever in Japan and enters the game in a way. I don't know.
I could see that. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
That would be pretty sick.
yeah. I'm not sure though. I feel like what's gonna happen is that people are gonna get guns and some people are gonna shoot people up and it's gonna like start to prove that X was right, but then something's gonna happen where Sakamoto kind of proves to everybody that they don't have to do this, or maybe like he changes their mind. I'd like it to, this is my prediction. I feel like something to do with, in the very beginning of Sakamoto Days, we see that Sakamoto is kind of like a pillar of his community. And, he helps people out left and right. And, he's just kind of a neighborhood guy. And I feel like he's going to like leverage that into, teaching people kindness in a way. And I think that would be a good thematically with Sakamoto Days, but I don't know how this is going to go, really. But, if anything, I'm excited for the fun action that we're definitely going to get because it's Sakamoto Days. But
My theory is that the series is going to, he's going to end this conflict by becoming Fat Sakamoto. Because, every time he's had to go back to his past to become stronger. But this time, who he is now is what he really needs to be strong.
Yeah. I hope so.
Fat old Sakamoto.
Yeah. No, I want Fat Sakamoto back. I feel like that's kind of the hook of the series, really. Is Fat Sakamoto fighting. But that's all I really have to say about Sakamoto Days. I thought it was an okay chapter. I guess I'm withholding judgment for how that arc is going to continue onward.
I'm trying to withhold judgment too.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to let this arc cook before I render any definitive judgment.